Aloha mai kako. Happy Oktoberfest and welcome to the October edition of Howzit. The winter season here in Hawaii is upon us because we already had our first big swell on the North Shore. Lucky living Hawaii. Today I have two wonderful guests here talking with me about some exciting news. Let's start right away. Aloha Esther, thank you so much for being here and taking your time to talk a little bit about what you have been up to. So one of the things is, I know you have been leading us through the 2025-26 Institute on AI Pedagogy and the Curriculum. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and who's part of it and what are you doing there?
Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to share this journey with you and folks at UH West Oʻahu and UH System. So AI is here and we don't know what to do with it. And so we thought to build together a faculty learning community to teach ourselves what is it about AI, all the aspects of it, the ethical, the cultural grounding of that, and how do we be more literate as a faculty in this institution. So that's the idea. And it's funded by a National Science Foundation grant. And what we have is a team of 8 leaders in this faculty, in this university. 8 people who are overseeing a lot of different things, aspects of the university, and everybody is affected by AI, and we want to learn together.
Great, and so it is. We had already 2 days, full days. They started at 5 a.m. our time here in Hawaii. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened those 2 days?
So in those 2 days, there are usually every day there is one plenary speaker, and there's one big one, and then we meet as in a big group. 5 a.m. You have your coffee, you're ready to listen. And then later on, around 7:30 or so, we have everybody else have their lunch. We have our breakfast, and we sit together with our UH West Oʻahu team to talk about what happened in the talk and like how do we move our agenda forward, which again is building an AI literacy framework for the university.
And so we also had basically our group like a mentor, right? And it's my understanding we work with that person for the whole year, which is exciting. And we're working on some sort of like almost, could we say, a strategic plan or like some short-term, long-term goal? Where are we with that?
Yes, we do have a mentor from Humboldt State University of California, I believe. And him and his institution went through this process a year or 2 years before, and they moved forward with a plan for their institution in terms of AI. And we did work on some action plans that we will carry through throughout the whole institute, which is from September to April. So you have homework, don't worry.
Okay.
And some of those action plans include establishing talk story series here at West Oʻahu, establishing faculty learning experience, faculty learning community, and engaging students in the conversations. And particularly here at West Oʻahu, it's very important to engage our students. So during the institute, we learn about this triangle. You have a triangle, and outside of that triangle are people who are apprehensive of AI. So they're just like, I'm just going to put my head right here in the sand. I'm just not going to touch it. And then there are people who are exploring, right? And then you're going to go on advancing or abstention with informed abstention. So you're like, you know what? I know what it is. I'm not going to use it. So it will be great to have those people in the outset to try it, right? To know like, okay, you can try this. Our outlook about that is our philosophy is like we're going to meet people where they are. We're going to meet faculty where they are. We're going to meet the students where they are. And what we're trying to do is just open up the conversation.
Thank you so much, Esther, for taking the lead in that for us here at UH West Oʻahu. And thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to move forward with this.
Thank you. Aloha, Sharla. Thank you so much for being here. I want to start with a big congratulations. So the Bachelor of Arts in Creative Media was on October 2nd, approved by the BOR Committee of Student Success from provisional to established. How do you feel? Okay, so now looking back over all these years, what were for you some of the highlights?
Some of the highlights over the years for the programs is all the student opportunities that we had from the industry, from Carissa Moore, say from like small business opportunities to larger things like with HIF, with just, Olelo, with, many different community members coming out and helping out with the students. Yeah.
So where did you see the students then actually also ending up, so to speak? Did they find employment with those through those opportunities?
Yes, so the students have. One thing I think the program prides itself on is giving students professional opportunity, which then serves as the bridge. So the students can, do like a long form interview. So hopefully that company then hires or knows somebody to hire. So a lot of our students or graduates end up getting jobs through referrals because they've done so well in other jobs and in other capacities.
Is it fair to say that with the skills that the students learn, they seem to be more and more applicable in all kinds of different fields? Would it be fair to say that there are more and more job opportunities than even for our students?
Yeah, definitely, because I think at the core of any sort of creative or art degree is project management. Okay. So understanding the creative process, right? How to work through that, workshopping that, but then also how to manage a project. And I think what's unique about the program is that students, have to deliver something at the end of the day. So understanding who they are, their own time management, them being able to manage resources and kind of take ownership of the process becomes a real big skill for employers to know that, a 20-something-year-old knows how to manage, a project. And not everybody can say that they've executed something from start to finish. So, that's the uniqueness about our program. Hopefully now we can focus on solidifying partnerships that get our students jobs and solidifying pathways into the program then out of the program. I think trying to automate that process so that we as teachers and the builders of that can spend time building and working with the students, I think. And I don't know, who knows? Who knew we were going to get here? So we never know. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mahalo so much for watching. I see you back in November. Aloha.